Good afternoon, St. Joseph School families. So with Thanksgiving being last week, it's a great time to talk about gratefulness and how healthy that is for us, and even how much that helps cultivate our relationship with God. And one of the best ways to teach our kids about gratefulness often happens when we encounter them at the very end of a school day. So if you're picking up your kid in the carpool line, or when they're getting home from the bus, that first conversation can be a great way to talk about gratefulness and frame the day in that way. So I want to propose today 3 ways to open the conversation at the end of the school day. The first way I would call the default, and it's this common question: so how was your day today? Now, if you were my parents asking that question of me, you would get something like this: how was your day today? It was good. It was okay. Oh, what was good about it? Nothing. What did you learn today? Nothing. What'd you do today? Nothing. Where it's like this Bill Belichick press conference because I've said everything I could as a kid during the day and I have no words left. That's the danger of the default question. Now, sometimes your kid might have the gift of gab or have kissed the Blarney Stone, that when you ask that question, that's all you have to do and they'll talk for 20, 30 minutes about their day. Sometimes the danger of the default question is, if a kid sees the day as half empty, they might spiral into negativity simply by asking that question. And it doesn't mean that everything that happened to them that day was bad, but it's just how they're framing it. Now, the second way to ask the question is the half empty approach. And I've known people to do this, and it's not very good for them or for their kids. It might be something like, so how was class today? So, were you good in school today? Did you do okay? Seriously, did you do okay in school today? Or maybe the question is something like, so did anything happen with your teacher, Miss Trenchbull, today? Because you know we wanted you to have Miss Honey, or at least Mrs. Frizzle, so that you could go on some good field trips or something. Or, so did anything happen today between you and Karen and Regina? Were they nice to you at recess? Or, did you have any problems with Biff Tannen today? He's such a bully. In fact, all of his dad's a bully, his grandparents were bullies. Now, silly as this sounds, if we frame the questions in this way, we're going to get what we ask for. A kid is not going to change the conversation and say oh, actually, they were wonderful to me today. Or let me tell you about this great day of school, if that's the way the question is asked. So the best way to ask the question, the third approach, the appreciative way, is to really start and frame the conversation with gratefulness. And it might be something like this: so what was the best part of the school day? Or what was really something that was interesting that you learned about today? Or what was something you did at school that you were really proud of today? Or, so did you have any fun at school today? What did you do that was fun today? Or on the holier side, how was God present in the school day? In your activities, in lunch, recess, anything you did. Or if you have a kid like me that doesn't like to share a lot of things, you can always start with, so how was lunch today? Was it good? And really use that as a launching point for a conversation. Now, the reality is, we're not whitewashing over the bad things that happen in a school day. Our kids are people. They have good days, they have bad days. But it's really helpful to frame it because this is the truth. The reality is, we go to a Catholic school in the United States of America. We are blessed in ways that we take for granted every single day. And framing our day with gratefulness, just by the way that we interact as the school day ends, goes a long way to building a habit of gratefulness and can make our kids happier and holier too. So, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.